All right, y'all. So I'm here for Love and Hip Hop New York. This is season 8, episode 5. Let's talk about Mo and Carl first, just to kind of get them out the way. So he took the lie detector test and he failed. He failed, and just like I told you guys last week, they were on that show, Couples Court, and I did actually get to see the clip where he took a lie detector test up there as well, and he failed that shit too. So it's like, I mean, at this point, we pretty much know that Mo is just doing all of this shit for attention or whatever you want to call it, because we know she's not going to leave him. You know what I mean? So it's like all you could do is just kind of be like, ugh, with this damn storyline. But anyway, so after the lie detector test, she brings in Dr. Jeff, and we all know who Dr. Jeff is. He been on Real Housewives of Atlanta and many other shows. And Carl is pretty much trying to tell Dr. Jeff and Mo that, it was only like text messages, naked pictures or whatever exchanged between him and this female that he was in contact with. And I'm like, bullshit, but a lie don't care who tell it. So, you know, like I said, Mo ain't gonna leave him, especially because of the fact that, she said that this is her third marriage, and, she wanna make this work, and blase blase. And then we get like a scene with him and Snoop. And they're like in the boxing ring and everything, and they pretty much are talking, and he talking about how they had me Mo had me take this lie detector test, and they trying to say that I'm lying and all this other bullshit. And pretty much he just want to get things back right so he could his head could be focused on boxing when he returns and everything, when he goes back on the road and everything. I'm just like, nah, you just want a clear ass conscience of the bullshit that you was doing, but so you could continue to do some more bullshit. But anyways, that's pretty much was all with their storyline or whatever. So let's get back to the order of the episode. So the episode actually starts off with Safari and Dream Doll, and they're shopping and everything, and Dream Doll is telling him about the situation with Sophia, and she's talking about how Sophia didn't speak to her or whatever when she came in. And I'm like, girl, the way you was acting in the confessional, you was acting like you had a problem with her, like you was gonna have a problem with her regardless, because of the fact that she used to date Safari. So like, yeah. But anyway, so she was like, yeah, so I threw a smoothie at her. She got up or whatever, so I threw my smoothie at her. And y'all know how Safari be so animated with his faces. He was like, what? And then she was saying how Sophia threw her drink at Bree and everything, and she was like, where me and Bree come from, that's a sign of disrespect or whatever. And it's like, I mean, girl, it's not you acting like as if she tried to throw this movie like directly at her. She was trying to throw at you, but she missed. Okay, so like, cut the shit. But anyway, so all of this sign of disrespect shit from her, like, it's annoying. So anyways, he's trying to tell her to stop allowing people to put you in, to pull you in bullshit and everything, because you got a lot going for you and this, that, and the third. And, plus I want you to meet my family one day. How long these motherfuckers been dating again? Like, yeah, I don't really care too much for this storyline. Like, I really don't. But anyways, so like y'all motherfuckers talking like as if y'all been dating for a minute. Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, so then we get Bree and Rich, and pretty much he wants to talk to Bree about how she got to get her shit together, and he pretty much tells her, you were the original aggressor towards Bianca and everything. Like, you got her all routed up and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying it was right that she threw a shoe at you, but you was popping a lot of shit, and Bree is trying to tell him, well, the last time I saw her, she jumped me and this, that, and the third. And, next thing you know, Navarro, he comes and I guess he's supposed to be helping Rich look over some contracts because he's an entertainment lawyer, as well as him, doing this management thing. And, he's telling Bree, well, Navarro is telling Bree about, Anais and, her being a singer and all this other stuff. And Navarro pretty much wants Rich's help with Anais. So then we head on over to Mariah and Bianca. They play catch up because they haven't seen each other in a while. I think they're like at dinner or something. And Mariah is telling Bianca about James the Lame, aka Lames R, and the situation with Sophia. And Bianca's like, yeah, Sophia supposed to be dating my boy Jacquay or whatever. And Mariah's like, well, she's so worried about me and Lames R and our shit that we had going on for her to be dating somebody else. So that's when all these bees. Bianca is telling, Mariah about the shit with Rich and the girl Bree, and her throwing the shoe at old girl, and then how Dream Doll came to try to confront her on some shit, and how she put Mariah Lynn's name in it. And Mariah is like, oh really? Like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I see her now. I see her. Like, it's gonna be some real problems. Like, it ain't gonna be a happy day in the Gwenin team. So then, okay, I talked about that. So then we have Juju and Bianca meeting up, and Bianca is telling Juju how she just landed some type of deal without Yandy, and she's like that Yandy don't really have like a lot of time for her and everything because she's because Yandy dealing with her kids and then dealing with Mendices and everything, and she needs somebody that's a little bit more hands on, and which I understand that, you know what I mean, but Bianca is saying like, yeah, somebody told Yandy that I was talking, mess about her and everything. And it's like, like Yandy is like a sister to me and I wouldn't, do nothing like that or whatever. And Juju is like, okay, well, talk to Yandy and everything and, just get things clear or whatever because you don't even know who this is coming from and, blah, blah, blah. Then we get Mariah Lynn and Self talking, and they meeting up like in I think it was Self's car or something. It was one of their cars they was meeting up in, and she's telling him about Dream Doll and her bullshit, like how she trying to put Mariah Lynn in some shit that ain't got nothing to do with her. And Self is like, because she was telling him that it came from Bianca. And Self is like, why are you paying attention to he say, she say stuff? And it's like, that would work, but see, we saw Dream Doll, telling all of this shit to Bianca, us as the viewers. So yeah, us as the viewers, we know that, Dream Doll said that. You know what I'm saying? And then plus some of you guys who watch Bad Girls Club, just y'all know how Dream Doll is and everything. So like, yeah. But anyways, Mariah is like, listen, the bitch is messy, and I don't know why she involving me in some shit. Y'all know how Mariah gets all hyped up or whatever. And, Mariah is like, I don't know why you think Dream Doll's so innocent and you need to pull your head from her ass. And I agree with that because it's like, yeah, Self is acting like Dream Doll is just this self-righteous, angel and everything. And she's really a fucking nightmare. Working everybody damn nerves, you know what I mean? But anyway, so then we have Yandy, Juju, and Jonathan. Juju is talking, she's telling Yandy, well, I met up with Bianca recently and she heard that somebody has been saying that, she's been talking about you and everything. And, Jonathan he trying to, act all sneaky and everything, talking about something. Well, did she say who it was or whatever? And Yandy is like, I'm really more concerned about what she said, not who said it. You know what I mean? And Juju, she just doesn't think, she's trying to be the voice of reason, and she just doesn't think it's fair, especially because we don't know who this source is, and, she can't really defend herself or whatever. And then Jonathan thinks it is fair because he was the one who told the information. And, he's sitting up here talking about a friend told him, and claims that the friend is a credible source. Really, Jonathan? Like, I mean, come on now. You coming on this shit really messy. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, just because that's your friend, and that doesn't mean that this person is a credible source. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you going back telling shit, and you didn't hear it from Bianca. You heard it from a third party. So, like, why is you going back telling shit, and you really don't know for sure your damn self, despite the fact that you trying to say this person is a credible source? Like, I mean, come on now. But anyway, so Juju wants to have this meeting with Yandy and Bianca, and then Jonathan feels like he should be there because of the simple fact that he was the one who said it. Then we get Anais and Rich, and Anais is being her usual self, being mad flirty, acting like she ain't got no husband and kids at home. And Rich is saying that Anais takes aggression to the next level compared to any other female that he's been around or whatever. And he's like, I mean, technically I'm not working with her, so I'm not mixing business with pleasure, even though I'm trying to be this new and improved Rich. She's making it kind of hard. I'm like, new and improved Rich? I don't think old Rich left. I think old Rich is still new Rich. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what he talking about. But anyway, so Anais is sitting up here talking about being Rich's wife or whatever. I'm like, she talking about being everybody's wife except for the person that she actually married to. Like, I mean, seriously. So she's like, and if I'm your wife, you gotta make me money and all this other stuff and carrying on that y'all know she like to do. And I think he spotted the ring on her finger, and she was like, oh, I'm only married to, I'm only married depending on who's asking and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, the law says otherwise, but and she starts unbuttoning his shirt and was just, I don't know, like, it was just so cringy to me to just watch this shit, because I was like, Rich, and it was just, I don't know, maybe I was the only one, but it just was cringy to watch her doing that and then kissing on him and stuff like that. And, then he starts kissing on her, and then he takes her upstairs wherever they was at, and I'm just like, okay, that's exactly how I felt. So then we get the situation with Yandy, Bianca, Juju, and Jonathan. Of course, Juju is, playing the mediator. Yandy is sitting up here saying, I don't normally do the he say, she say stuff, but because it's Jonathan, she is gonna take it for word, or kind of sort of take it for word, or whatever. So Bianca is sitting up here telling her, like, if I talk about you, it's because I don't like you and I want you not to like me, like, I'm not going to talk about somebody that, I love and care about and I consider family. So as she's saying this shit, Jonathan shows up. And I kind of didn't like that, because it's like, okay, y'all kind of ambushing her with this situation because she didn't know that he was going to be there. And then on top of that, she didn't know that he was the one who said that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all springing this shit up upon her or whatever. And I just didn't think that was cool. And Bianca, she's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what is he doing here? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know him. And he's like, ooh, it seems like a funeral in here. And Bianca, she's explaining the situation to him or whatever. And that's when he admits that he was the one who told Yandy. And he was like, a friend told me that. And Bianca is like, okay, you said you heard something though. You didn't hear shit from me, And so they arguing or whatever, this, that, and third. And she like, who told you that bullshit and everything? And, next thing Bianca, she gets up popping off and says, I got gay best friends that'll beat you up. And then she throws a drink on him and is like, okay. I understand, Bianca, you mad, you pissed off, it's understandable. But like Juju said, if you want to make it in this business, you got to learn how to conduct yourself. This coming from one hothead to another. Because I done told y'all before, I got anger issues too. But I would calm down over the years. I've calmed down a lot, okay? Like, Bianca, it don't seem like... I would hate to see how she was maybe a few years ago or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because if she like this now, I can only imagine how she probably was, way back whenever, you know what I mean? But so yeah, she like I said, she threw the drink on him, and Jonathan is like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you who told or whatever. So I'm like kind of like Bianca, so what the fuck is you saying shit for if you're not gonna reveal who the source is? You know what I mean? But Yandy sitting up here talking about listen, he was just being loyal to me and da. And Bianca kind of side-eyeing Yandy like, I mean, so what the fuck is Yandy's position in this shit? Because you supposed to be my manager. You supposed to have my back and everything. And it's like, yeah, like I said, I didn't like the fact that it kind of felt like, you just springing this motherfucker upon her, you know what I'm saying? And not telling her that, oh, he was going to be here and he was the one who said the shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, Bianca gets up again throwing shit because Jonathan had said, so I forgot what he had said. I think they was having a conversation about the fact that they did meet before in LA, and then something else was said. And Juju starts reprimanding her and saying the same thing that I said. She ain't gonna make it far in this business if she don't learn how to conduct herself. And Jonathan, he pretty much now he want to apologize, talking about I wasn't trying to throw dirt or whatever, and I'm sorry for, saying that, especially because I can't tell you who said it, and if I was in your position, I'd probably be ready to, beat folks up too and everything. And, Juju, Bianca, she just looking like, motherfucker, please, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't cause all this motherfucking commotion. Now you want to come with an apology? And Juju is telling, Bianca to look at him because he's apologizing. And, Bianca is like, my mom told me if I don't have nothing nice to say, not to say it at all. And Yandy is calling her a brat. And I'm like, I mean, you can't expect her to just, be like, oh, okay, Jonathan, I forgive you. And no, he just came with this messy ass shit, just trying to start shit. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, in this particular situation versus the situation with Mariah Lynn and Self, once again, like I said to you guys, we know that Dream Doll said that shit about Mariah Lynn. We saw it on the TV. We ain't see, Bianca like really talking shit about Yandy. You feel what I'm saying? So, especially to whoever this person that's claiming that she was talking shit about Yandy. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, Jonathan was being messy with that situation, bringing some unnecessary mess that wasn't called for. So y'all can't expect the girl to just be like, oh, okay, Jonathan, we good and da-da. Like, no. Like, we ain't about to be good right off the bat after you done try to start shit with me and my manager slash sister or whatever they call each other. But yeah, and then it was a quick scene with Pap and Remy, where they was talking about her opening up a store in North Carolina, and I was kind of I think I did hear about that or whatever, but I was shocked that she didn't open up a store in New York. But anyway, so and then that's when they start talking about the in vitro and everything, and Pap was kind of in his feelings because Juju had kind of put in Remy's ear, you know, you guys remember when Juju was like, well, what if it don't happen the first time? And it's like, I mean, you have to kind of be realistic, not, you don't have to be like pessimistic or whatever, but you have to be kind of realistic and be, you know, so just so you won't get your hopes up so much just in case it don't happen the first time. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it wasn't really like, you know, too much with them. But that pretty much was the episode, y'all. Oh, I forgot. Safari's uncle, he found out his uncle got killed. They stabbed him and pretty much left his uncle there and everything. And Dream Doll was there to comfort him. But I'm kind of confused a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I did see the Breakfast Club interview where Safari was saying at the second part of the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion that he had found out that his uncle passed away, and that's the real reason why he was crying. And he wasn't necessarily crying because, oh, he was about to leave the cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood or whatever. Like, he had just found out that his uncle passed away, so that kind of invoked the emotion in him in regard to the cast. So him talking about it up here, so I'm just like, okay, so when did they film this? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's weird. But anyways, that was the episode, you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.